This is your Weather Xtreme video for July 4th, 2010, Independence Day. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Happy 4th of July, and let's get right to some sky cams. It's just plain gonna become hot as we head into the upcoming week. This is the view from Mount Cheehaw, and you can see clear skies this morning, a little haze out there. We see a little haze too as we look from the camera at downtown Birmingham on the Compass Bank building as we look out over Red Mountain. And then a kind of an interesting scene, almost looks like the scene from Independence Day, one of my favorite movies, and the sun rising over Mobile Bay, and I see a boat headed out there to the left of center, and certainly a nice shot this morning as the sun is rising over Alabama. On our surface map this morning, a lot of action in the Central Plains, and boy, those people are getting pounded with more and more water. And in the meantime, for us, most of the action down in the Gulf of Mexico. In the upper atmosphere, we've got this large ridge over the eastern third of the country, a trough over the western part of the country, and of course it is that boundary between those two that's getting all of the rain. And believe it or not, over the next 5 days, there's another 8 to 9 inches forecast for the central part of the United States. So they're certainly having some water issues in that area. Temperature-wise, things are very warm once again. Look at that, 70-degree temperatures at 5 a.m. all the way up to the Canadian border. Isn't that just absolutely amazing? I tell you, my daughter lives in Chicago, and she just does not like these warm temperatures that are occurring, especially in the morning hours. Across central Alabama, we have an interesting range from the lower 60s all the way up to 70 degrees, so quite a range this morning. One of my coolest temperatures that I've seen in like a month. The last time I checked the temperature, it was around I think it was around 62 or 3 degrees, something like that. As I mentioned, QPF-wise, a lot of rain forecast all the way from West Texas, all the way up across the central U.S. into the Great Lakes, with a bullseye that is approaching 7 to 10 inches of rain over the next 5 days. Also a bullseye of about 4 inches just off the Gulf Coast of Alabama and northwest Florida. And so most of the action very close to us in terms of what's near the Gulf, but not any rain expected of significance around central Alabama. Slight risk of severe in the vicinity of eastern Colorado, the Oklahoma Panhandle, and parts of western Kansas. So that's the only area where we're looking for slight risk. In the tropics, we have 2 areas we're watching. Of course, we've got that low in the Gulf, which does not appear likely to develop. And secondly, we have a little bit of a disturbed area in the western Caribbean. Here's a look at the satellite imagery, and you can see there's not much in the Gulf at all, and the Caribbean is looking interesting with at least a good deal of convection, but we'll be watching those. Here's the 060 GFS model run, and as you might expect today, the 4th, it looks like it'll be dry with much of the action down along the Gulf Coast, and then of course out to our west. The ridge holds pretty tough through tomorrow, the 5th, and that will keep us dry, I think. I'm going to go ahead and take showers out of the forecast. Again, you can't eliminate a rogue isolated shower or two, but I think for the most part we stay dry. Humidity's definitely come up on the Tuesday the 6th as we all get back to work, and that means that showers return, and I'm looking at isolated to scattered showers as a possibility. So once again, many of us will stay dry. The heat ridge stays with us into Wednesday, and that's the big story, period. And we see a little bit of a reduction in showers as the ridge continues to stay strong, especially over the eastern third of the country. The ridge weakens a little bit on Thursday the 8th, and so that's good. And while the ridge weakens, we may see fewer showers as the front moves across the Ohio River Valley, but that front's not going to get too far. The trough comes by, but notice yesterday when we were talking about this, it looked like the front might actually get down into our area by the end of the week. Now it looks like the trough stays to our north, and the result is, of course, that the front washes out north of us, washes out in Kentucky probably. So that means we're not going to see a great deal of improvement in rain chances. The trough begins to go by on Saturday, a week from yesterday, and by Sunday, a week from today, you're looking at a new trough coming in as we stay generally under weak ridging. All right, let's go out into voodoo country, and that ridge just gets tougher, gets stronger, holding in there. So don't look for any major changes to the weather forecast. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video. I expect James Spann to be back tomorrow. Now, I don't know what time he'll be back because he's probably going to do the holiday schedule, which means he'll probably only do one tomorrow. In the meantime, I hope that you have a great 4th of July. And, of course, I'm wearing my, my patriotic flag shirt for the occasion. Hope that you have a great 4th, and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.